friends, welcome to my channel. Before moving further, we are today conducting a live webinar based on Elliott waves for our Telegram members. My YouTube channel is Sunither, and if you have not subscribed, you can click the bell icon and subscribe to my channel. And our Telegram channel, Stock Market for Beginners, you can join that. This is not a tip providing channel, and this is a learning channel. We share our learning and findings with each other, and we regularly conduct free webinars so that our knowledge is increased. You can join this. In fact, today we are also conducting this webinar, so let us start that. Thank you.
Uh, this session is today about, how we combine demand and supply with Elliott waves. And then if anyone is stuck in any stock, I will let you know that what will be the exact demand levels for those stocks so that they can average their stocks. So before starting, do you have any idea of what is demand and supply?
Yes.
Okay. And what about Saroj? You have idea?
Yes, sir, I am having an idea. Yes.
Okay. So this is the monthly chart of Tata Motors, and you see every time first let us talk about what is a demand zone. So demand zone basically is a zone that is created by some big institute or some large investor, that whenever price reaches that zone, a buying starts. And why is that? Because if any institute wants to buy a large quantity of any stock, so he cannot buy that in one go, because whenever he starts to buy, the price will it will fly from that part. So he cannot keep on buying, because suppose he wants to buy at 400, and if he starts to buy, the price will become 500 within days. So he cannot keep on buying at 500, 600, because ultimately he has to earn profit. So what he will do, he will buy some quantity at 400, and when again this price reaches to that level, again some orders are executed. So let us see on Tata Motor how this happens. You can see price is moving from this to this level, and this is nothing but a demand zone. Demand zones, I have a separate playlist for demand and zone, and this is that this is that playlist. It has already 7 to 8 videos, so I'm not going in details of how to mark these zones, but just for overall idea of the video I'm giving this. If you want more details, then this is already a playlist. It has around 9 videos in this. And so let us focus on the topic first. So whenever it reaches this demand zone, you can see this demand zone, it starts to rise, and this is a monthly chart. So now see, from this, once it gave a movement, and again next time from this point, see, from this point to this point, it gave 100% movement. So what was this? This was nothing but another demand zone. You can see this is another demand zone. So whenever Tata Motor reaches any demand zone, it gives a moment. So this was back in 2019 when Tata Motor reached 100 levels, and from that it again gave 100% movement, and reached 200. So during COVID times, again it fell, and it made a low of 64. And if you see on the left side, this is again a demand zone. So again a demand zone is there, and again you can see this movement from 65 and to around 500 levels. This movement came. So so today's topic is how we can combine this knowledge, and how we can add Elliott in this case. So like in this case also, when this I was making my series, I had mentioned in the in this video, I had mentioned that this video was made on 21st November 2020, and you can see I had in this video I had mentioned that whenever Tata Motors will reach this level, so this was a supply zone, and it will fall again. So you can see in the comment also, one of my members has said that see, uh, that on 21st November, I had predicted that it can fall. And when it actually happened in February 2021, Tata Motor actually gave a 10% fall. So this member was surprised, but there is no surprise, as this is how a supply and demand works. So let us move further in this case. Now you can see if this price is falling from 534 levels. Now you at the, now do you see any supply zone? Yes, there is a supply zone at the top. And you can see again price is falling from this level only. So till now, is this clear or there is any question?
Yes, clear.
Okay, so now suppose if we have to find buying opportunity in this, so we see that Tata Motors nearest demand zone is this area, right? This area is near to 321 to 271 level. So if price again falls to this area, there is a good chance this can cover. But how that movement will happen, let us see that. See, in this case, there is some other possibility also. You can see this is a high volume node, and if price falls below this, then there is a concept known as volume spread analysis. I have already discussed this, that if price starts to fall below a high volume node, that usually means that end in uptrend, right? So maybe even this may not work, and we have to look for a more strong demand zone. This may give a moment like this when price will come to this. Let me show you what will happen. So price may do something like this, and from this, like this moment, which we have known is a corrective wave, right? This is an impulsive and corrective move can come from this. But that doesn't mean that this many people, what they blindly follow demand and supply, and they short blindly at the supply and they buy it blindly when price touches, right? But that is not the right way of trading with demand and supply. If this gives an impulsive move, and suppose we go to weekly, and it let me clear everything. Suppose it makes a supply zone here. Suppose there is a supply here, and when price reaches this demand zone, if it breaks this supply zone, then only we can say that now the demand is stronger than the supply. But suppose there is a second possibility also. It goes like this slowly, and it touches this supply and breaks this demand. So we have to make sure that from the demand zone, the movement is fast and not slow. If it is the slow, so we know Elliott, let fast wave and slow move means that one more down move will come, right?
Yes.
So this is how we should make sure that from the demand zone, because once a demand zone is broken, it means next demand zone can also be broken. So let us see on monthly whether any see, you can see this is a demand zone. This is a demand zone.
Yes.
So this was not able to hold, right?
Yes.
You can see price is breaking. It means now the buyers are not interested in this stock. What it means, see, now this is fast movement and then a slow correction, and you can see at this point there must be one supply zone. Let me go to the 4-hour. So you can see there is a supply zone here. Right?
Yes.
So if a demand zone gets broken, it means now the trend has reversed, and now we should look for supply zones. And similarly, if now from the demand zone, now when price reaches this demand zone, so if any supply zone it reaches this zone, and you see one supply zone getting broken, then that means now supply is over and demand is more than supply. So is this clear?
Please repeat it once again.
So like I said, once it see on the daily you saw one demand zone getting broken.
Yes.
And this is a strong demand zone. Why that is strong? Because
Yes.
from this zone we have a gap up opening. So
Mhm.
this is when the criteria of in demand zone, we say when a zone is followed up by a gap up, it means this is a strong zone. And if that zone gets broken, it means now sellers are more strong than the buyers.
Yes.
And it means now see in this moment also, if you see this is a fast movement, and after that you get a slow movement to the supply zone.
Mhm.
So this means that more down move can come.
Mhm.
Right. So so now if someone wants to average in Tata Motors, so what he should do now, let us focus on that. See, if this is a demand zone, this is a demand zone, and someone wants to average. So what will happen when it falls here? You will see one supply zone here. There will be one supply zone that will be created here.
Mhm.
So while the retracing move, if this supply zone gets created, so this means now the demand is more than supply.
Mhm.
So that means now it is the time to invest. Is this point clear or not?
One should average after the demand supply zone is crossed by the stock upwards.
Right, because this can happen like this. It can give a small retracement and then again fall,
Mhm.
because it has to clear the supply also.
Yes.
Unless and until the supply is cleared, and this does not mean that demand zone is there and it has you can buy it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So is this point clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So
Actually, I think you want to say that when the demand zone will come and it will give a impulse to overcome this supply zone,
see,
then it's better to
now
buy.
what is the definition of demand zone? That there is a fast movement. That see, this
No,
is
it's
a
okay.
see,
Demand zone means there is a lot of concentration. There a lot of earlier
see
buying has taken place
okay.
there.
This is a
So that
demand. This
place
is a
is,
okay. This is a demand zone, right?
yeah,
And you can see
absolutely correct.
this is a fast movement.
Yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
as per Elliott, fast movement are impulsive moves.
Yes.
Right.
So that is what I'm saying, that if you from the demand zone, expected movement is fast, but if you get a
Yes.
corrective move, it means it is a just preparation for more fall.
More fun,
Mhm.
right.
Okay. So any other, any doubt in this?
No, I want to ask you about two stocks, Tata Power and Crompton Greaves, in which I am stuck up.
Okay.
In
So let
Tata
us,
Power,
And
my
LIC,
buying is 246. Currently, it is trading near to 2000, 203.
so okay. So this is the weekly
sir,
chart of,
also please discuss LIC.
okay, LIC. Okay. Let us first discuss the startup power. You can see this is a high volume node. I mean, you have to always look, and now remember this structure. Whenever you see this high volume node, it means reversal is there. Not this is
Yes.
not the first time. Let me show you 4 times this has happened. Let me show you on a detailed chart of Tata power. So from the start, let us see. So this is 2001. You see a high volume node, see reversal after that. Now
Yes.
again see this is 2004, high volume. Again you can see reversal. Let us
Yes.
again see see this is high volume 2007. Again there is a reversal. Let us move forward. See again there is 2014, high volume. Again there is a reversal. So this bar, you can, if this sort of bar is generated in Tata Power and already an uptrend, this means temporary pause. Okay, so this was the time to book and you should not buy. But if now you have
Yes.
made the mistake, now let us see what exactly you can do. So we have to first mark a demand zone. What is the nearest demand zone? So nearest demand zone at weekly level is this. Okay, so this is very far. This is around 146. So so either you, if this this comes here, then you have to see. But suppose it does not reach here. I mean, there may be a possibility that this reverses from here only. In that scenario, you have to look the nearest supply. So nearest supply on a weekly level is this. Okay, so if you see Tata Power going about 240, and that should be a fast move and not a corrective move.
Yes.
Then there will, so it means now we have got an impulsive move here. If it's fast, then there will be a correction again. Then again on this moment, you can average it. Is this clear?
But if it on rally, if it reaches to my buy price, should I exit or I should wait for the crossing the demand zone and averaging on upward side?
So see, that is your personal choice. But if it is clearing a supply zone, that means it has more power to go up. But I don't think that this will happen here. Mostly it will reach here only. And let me show you why. Now if you go to a yearly chart, you can see this is a yearly level, right?
Yes.
So many times happen that stock again revisits these breakout places, right? This is retesting of this zone. So so it may happen like this. And now see more powerful demand zone. Let me give you a more powerful demand zone. This is a more powerful demand zone, yearly demand zone. This happens if there is a major crash. See, in 2020 there was a major crash, right? And you can see from where it moved, from this demand zone, and this was a yearly demand zone. And see from this demand zone what a move it gave, right?
Yes.
So this is a, I mean, power of year. The higher the time interval, the bigger the move will be, right? So like this, you have to now you cannot say the price is coming down, you can average, right? You have to first wait for price to reach either a demand zone. If you know how to mark this demand zone, then that is good. And this is a demand zone on monthly level. If this reaches this demand zone, that will be one. And how it reaches is also important. Now, as per Elliott, you know that correction happens in 3 waves, right?
Yes.
So suppose it this reaches this like this, then small up move, and then again this. So this is the right way you should buy, because this will be A, this will be B, and this will be C. But suppose it reaches like this means this is only A.
Yes.
Then it will give up move and again fall. In that case, demand zone will not work.
Yes.
Is this point understood or not?
Please repeat it once. There are two scenarios.
I'm saying that if a price reaches demand zone in a 3-way, because correction is always minimum 3-way.
Yes.
Correction can be 5-way also, but if it's a minimum 3 ways it reaches, then there is a good chance that demand zone will hold. So suppose this is a demand zone and price reaches this zone like this. This is one, it gives up move, and then like this. So it means this is 3-way.
Yes.
So that is a good way to buy this. But suppose it reaches in single, that means this is impulsive and not corrective. It means it can go more down.
Yes. Yes. Without retracement, it has moved down straight up to demand zone.
Right. So, is this clear how to make buying position in this?
Yes.
Okay. Now see, the volume profile is also suggesting that this price is trading below high volume node.
Mhm.
So it means that this is a supply zone now. Now, if price again reaches there, it may face rejection.
Mhm.
It has to go above this volume area only now. And you can see another volume area is this.
It is directly at 140, I think 145.
Yeah, because of this. So this is a yearly, this was a yearly levels, right? These are some major levels. And once price goes above this area, this is a very strong demand zone because it was able to clear this multi-year supply zone.
Yes.
So that becomes a more strong demand zone.
Mhm.
So now let us move to the second stock after Tata Power. Which was it?
Crompton Greaves.
So see, this is a demand zone.
Yes.
Now, if demand zone is broken, it means buyers are not now interested. Now, see, this is another demand zone. Now, what will happen is mostly what will happen in most cases, once a demand zone breaches, that becomes a supply zone. So now price will react from this and then again fall. This is what happens most of the times. Instead of this, now this entire supply needs to be clear for fresh buying.
Yes.
Or if price reaches this another this level, let me check on yearly. See, this is also a demand zone, yearly demand zone.
Yes.
So if price reaches this zone and on lower time frame, suppose weekly, you get another supply zone here, and that is clear from this demand zone, it means you can again start investing. So you understood this concept? Now see,
Yes,
now see, volume profile is also suggesting us this. This is a high volume node. Price is moving
Yes.
down. Now see, another
Yes.
high volume node is there.
Yes.
So price will mostly consolidate here only. So this will be the time to average if it again clears the supply here. Okay, is that clear? And see,
Yes.
this is also a head and shoulders pattern, right?
Yes.
So it means it can go more. I mean, this is bearish pattern. Unless and until we get something like this, you cannot average, because it can happen mostly like this. Unless and until we get something like this back. So is it clear, this thing?
Yes.
Sir, LIC India.
Now, if you look at this weekly chart, is there anything to talk about this? Should we invest in this?
It is continuously falling.
And see, suppose this is the first. Now in IPOs, what is let me clear everything. Okay, for this is not allowed. See, every time for the IPO, mark the first few weeks high and low. This is the high and this is the low. Now, if you can check this on any IPO. If the low is breached, then that means that further low will come, keep on coming, unless and until the structure changes. Now see, on a weekly time frame, the supply is here 820 levels and price is 620, 660. So it means there can be movement up to this. Let us see on monthly time frame. Also, there is no supply here, right? On daily,
Yes.
let us see. Daily, you can see this was one supply, but this is again tested now. Right? See, if the major supply is now at this point, which means after this move is over, now if you connect the two impulses, this is one impulse, this is another impulse, you get a trend line. And once it has to move, it will move minimum 3 wave structure it will give.
Yes.
So minimum 3 waves can happen like this. Let me show you. So it will give one move like this, then it will again give you a correction, and there will be one more move. So probably in this area it will again, so this is an impulsive move, it will give one corrective move, and if anyone is stuck, then that will be the right time once it clears this. But it will again fall after some. Is this clear what I'm saying in this case?
Yes.
Because major move is down, right? Now even if you draw something like suppose let us see what is there any divergences now. Not, it's not available, data is not available. So right now enough data is not available, but most of, I mean, what I see is that this this will, I mean, go up if some of the supply, this is a supply zone, but this is tested. Now suppose you get a move above this, then you can average in this stock, but don't expect that this will again get a lifetime high, but only up to this supply zone. After this is a corrective and this will again fall. So let me show you another point. What I was saying, that for the IPOs you should always check the high and lows. Let us see Zomato. See, after this is the chart, after this was the low, and once this low got broken, you can see there is no looking back in this stock, right? Now what is happening in this stock is this: once 5 waves are over, you can see there are divergences. Their divergences start on the chart, and then after divergences you get ABC. So this is one. This is right now correction, probably one more small up move. And now on the weekly time frame, if you want to see, this was one supply, right? But
Yes.
but this is not the supply from which it will reverse. Maybe so if we apply, this is also one technique, apply the Fibonacci on this at the high and low, and then this area becomes a strong supply zone, this 61 to 50% retracement. So from till that moment you can get structure like this. Like this, but major trend is down and you can get another move down.
So up to which price it can give the rally?
So no one can tell that, right? You have to check from the patterns that develop, but mostly if any bullish pattern also develops, I will not take this trade. Why? Because this is a correction to this impulse. Unless and until this proves me wrong, and this, suppose this goes like this, then only this is strong move, right? But on the left side you can see this is a very fast move. So this is all a correction. This is all a correction to me. No matter what it makes, this is all a correction. So there is only 10 minutes left. So any other stock?
What about the future of HDFC Bank?
See, let me also clear one thing. no, at this point no one can tell what is the future, but how can one tell? Is that the same process I repeated throughout the video? Either of the supply or demand, whichever gets cleared means more, that is more strong. Now if you see demand zone is something here, right? And
Yes.
if it reaches here and after that it clears the supply, now let us see a higher time chart. This is not a supply because this is very messy, right? This is not actually a supply zone. So let us see. So this is a good supply, right? If it now suppose it reaches like this to it means it is going to fall only. The impulsive move is very clear to the eye that will be very strong move. See this move, this is very fast, and you know that this has broken a demand. So this is very fast move, and this is very, and see same concept of uh, VSA here, high volume.
Yes.
And on the bottom also this applies. Let me show on the bottom this also applies. Go to the bottom. See, this is a high volume bar, and once this is cleared, it means, suppose now logically understand this, if this is high volume, right? So now if this is on the selling side, the price should go below, right?
Yes.
Why it is going up now? It means this is not selling, this is absorption of this selling. So see, this is important point. At the bottom you will see one high volume node getting created. If in future suppose you see one high volume node in this, and after that price again starts to move over that, so that will be the time to enter.
Yes.
You can see any stock for that matter. Now let us see Reliance also. You can see high volume node every time created at the bottom. See, this is high volume, right?
Yes.
And once price is starting out this high volume, the higher trend starts. So this is a very, easy concept at that. If there is a high volume, suppose in future, now after, if it suppose it falls, and you see one high volume node getting created, and then price goes above that, that means there will be uptrend in that. So any other stock?
Mahindra and Mahindra has given breakout yesterday. Is it a good time to buy that stock?
See, it's, let us count this. I had posted this on the group also. See, when you connect two, it is this is suppose this is 1, this is 2, this is 3rd, and suppose this is 5th. So now 5th will go. After some time, what will happen? There will be a correction. So after that, it is a good time. Because suppose you are invested and it gives you some moment, but it can reverse after that.
Yes.
So you have to wait for this correction. Because suppose it can also happen like this. You never know. Now suppose on higher chart, now if you extend this trend line, it means it can come to this, which is 1300 levels. But this may happen like it can come like this and then again give one move up. And by that move, there will be divergence. So it all depends on the structure we are getting.
Yes.
So this was important. Now let me show you. This is a monthly chart. This is fast move, right?
Yes.
After that, you got a corrective move. and
Yes.
in this time you had to enter. Now see, from 740 it again gave a move to 1070, right?
Mhm.
But for this up move, you're already in an up move, right? But see on
Yes.
the left side what has happened. This is a fast move. So is this an impulsive move and this is a corrective move for this, and one more small down move can come? You have to see
Yes.
all.
Yes. This is.
You have to see all these I mean scenarios also.
Mhm.
I mean any scenario can happen, right?
Yes.
So any quick question, because we have only 4 minutes.
Maruti, we can discuss.
See, all the autos are same.
Mhm. Structure is same for all auto stocks that you want to say.
See, this is a fast move, and this can be just a corrective move for this,
Mhm.
right? So unless
Yes.
and until we get a more correction, and then again this breaks, then then I can say that yeah, this is a I mean this is the next impulse.
Mhm.
Okay, and if anyone does not know how to mark these zones, so there is already a playlist. I will share that in the description. And by this, you will understand each and how to mark these demand zones, how to mark these supply zones. So then you can do this.
Okay.
So any other stock, any participant?
Can we discuss Nifty structure? Is there possibility of down move?
So we have 2 minutes. Let us discuss that also. See, Nifty is near a demand zone. This is a demand zone.
Mhm.
So that's why you see some up move here, right? Now
Yes.
in this up move, now nearest supply zone is this. If you see something like this fast move and this, it will break
Mhm.
this trend line. Then you can now it depends on whether we are getting a impulsive structure or corrective structure. Now corrective structure does not also has an impulsive move. In ABC
Mhm.
you can see A, correction, and this. In correction
Mhm.
also these and these are impulsive move.
Mhm.
So you can expect up move, but that whether that will be the impulsive move to start the next wave or a corrective move for the next, you only time will tell that. But in
Yes.
both cases it looks like there will be up move, small up move,
Mhm.
right? Unless and until it reaches supply, then only see there's a supply zone, right?
What is the level of supply zone?
Now that also depends whether you mark it wick to wick or now it starts from 15,900 and extends up to 16,700. So in that zone you have to now also let us see on the three quarterly chart. You can see now, see this, whether this looks bullish or bearish,
This look bearish because there is
right? See,
wick
let us,
on the top.
yeah, this is a reversal candlestick, right? So
Yes.
after this, see if this, if it the month finishes like this, 3 months finishes like this, then you can see there will be more follow up selling.
Mhm.
And again, suppose this is so whenever if we get a bullish candle here like this case, then only we can say, and because this is 3-month chart, if we get a
Yes.
bullish candle, then you can see every time we get a bullish candle, this means now we can, so if we get a bullish candle here, then only we can say yeah, this selling is over, right? Now
Yes. If a bullish engulfing candle is there, then we can
yeah,
say
not on these small intervals, we have to see some
yes.
bigger charts, because
Yes.
bigger charts clearly see if there is a selling, then big selling comes. If there is bullish, then big bullish comes. On daily
Yes.
small intervals, then on daily level we again